Okay. Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. First, I want to welcome you to our team. It is really nice to have you on board with us. What we're here today to talk about is a new child who is joining our group of children that's on our team. His name is Danny, and we did a preference assessment with Mom, and what she would like to see is us to be able to teach Danny how to man with sign language to ask for 3 of his biggest items that he likes. And we did the preference assessment, and what we found out is food, juice, and iPad were the main things that he really was interested in. The reason that we're teaching Danny these skills is that when a child doesn't have a way to communicate effectively for their main needs and wants, that can lead to aberrant behavior, socially unacceptable behavior. They can start acting out. So the more skills a child with autism has who doesn't have functional communication to access the things that they really need, the less chance you have of aberrant behavior. So what we've chosen and what Mom has said, as I said, was food, juice, and the iPad. So the purpose of our training is we are going to cover what is called a performance checklist. We have 2 that we're going to be looking at. One is the post-test, and the other is the pre-test. So the post-test we will talk about right now, and I will talk to you about what we are going to be covering. And then you don't have to worry because it's not really a test. It's just a checklist of all the steps that we're going to be covering. After I go over everything with you and we do a model scenario, then I will give you the post-test and you will do the post-test. I will do the pre-test, you will do the post-test.
Perfect.
Okay, so, and to make things easier, I also brought these in that will help us in case we are not 100% sure. So when we start teaching a child how to man for an item, we don't want to use a lot of verbal jargon because that just messes everything up in their head and they have a hard time understanding. So when the child sits down, you have the items within arm's reach of you. You know that's a preferred item. We are doing this over the lunch hour, so we know the child is either going to be hungry or thirsty or they're going to want something. So we have contrived a situation we know that should work in our interest. So the first thing you're going to reach for is the juice, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to do what's called a full physical prompt. I'm going to gently block you from accessing what it is you want because I want to teach you how to ask for that item with sign language. Okay, so you're going to reach for the juice. I'm going to stop you before you get there. I'm going to bring your hand. I'm going to make the sign for juice. 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 That's asking for juice. Good job. Good job, Danny. Well, great. Okay, and then the other one we can cover is hungry. So if Danny is hungry and he really likes apples, he's going to reach for an apple. I'm going to stop, or you're going to stop. You're going to bring his hand back. You can use the full hungry, hungry. That's asking for hungry. Good job, Danny. There you go. And the same thing with the iPad. So you'll reach for the iPad. I will block. I will bring you back into the form. iPad. iPad. That's asking for iPad. Good job. And then that's it. When the child gets better at asking for these items, you can bring back your prompts. You can do a partial physical and just a gesture or even a verbal, but that's in the end. So if the child's reaching and you know they already have an idea how to do the sign, so you can reach. If you're reaching for it and you're not signing for it, I can gently, so you reach, just bring your hand back. You know the sign. You're going to do, oh, that's asking for iPad. Good job. And I'm going to congratulate you or make a big deal that you've asked for the appropriate item in the right way. Make a big deal. The more success the child has in asking for an item, the more success you're going to have in the future when they want to learn something. So they will learn that when they ask, they get. And that is the best thing. So, our pre-test, what we do is we've covered our steps. So, we checked our environment. We ensure that we are sitting across from the child, we are within an arm's length, and that we have all the necessary items. So I can check that, yes, we covered that.
Yeah.
We waited for the learner to reach for the item, we physically blocked their hand, and we made the eye contact with the child, we used the appropriate sign, and then, so we prompted them, and then we said, yay, good job, and we made sure that they knew that they did the right action. Now that I've taught you these skills, in the event that I'm not around, and you have to do this with another child, or you maybe have forgotten the steps because you've been doing something else, I have here a performance checklist, which is a post chest. This is for you to keep with you so you can refer back to it. Mm-hmm. And you can go over the steps yourself. You don't need anybody around. And you'll know, okay, first thing you need to do is to review the steps. The mediator will check their environment, ensure that they are sitting across from the child. Yes, you're within arm's length. Because we do not have a child to use for the sake of this video, I am going to be Danny, and you are going to use a full physical prompt on me. You're going to teach me how to sign for that item, and then I will get the hang of it, and you will get the hang of using the checklist, and then down the road you'll know how to do it properly. Okay? So, do you want to keep this in front of you?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm the child, so I'm sitting here, and let's just put these in an easier place for you. These cue cards are just in the event that we need to remember how to sign for something, but we know because we're professional. Okay, so I'm the child, and I am going to reach for juice because I'm thirsty, and I'm not going to talk anymore. Okay?
Juice. Juice. Yes, juice.
Okay, so let's do the food item. And I'm hungry, because Danny is always hungry. So I reach for the food item.
Hungry. Hungry. Yes. Hungry.
Very good.
Apple. Eat the apple.
Yeah. And then the iPad.
iPad. iPad. Yes. iPad. Good job.
Very good.
Good job.
So you've got the hang of it. That is how you teach a child how to mend. As they get better, like I said, you can do the partial, gestural, you can even do verbal. You can just withhold. When you know the child knows how to sign, you can just withhold and remind them, juice, that's juice. And you want to have a very animated, excited expression because you want them to, yay, good job asking for juice, because you want them to be excited and get it right away.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So, I think that is pretty much it. We've covered the checklist. You know how to do this. That's good. Okay? And, oh yeah, so, you've got some pretty good history on working with kids with autism. We can set up another meeting with the child if you would feel
Yes.
more comfortable.
Yes.
Okay, so let's make that appointment right now. I have next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, we will see you next Tuesday
Thank
at
you.
12 p.m.
Thank you.